So is that your camera or
No,
Graceland's camera?
There's no application.
It's Canon. I mean, any camera that's like that's good. And really, it's the lens.
She was one-on-one, one-time one-on-done, and we could have had those. I think we could have had those a lot in the second half. Then she turned her ankle. Oh well.
We are live, so when you're ready, go ahead.
Do what? When I'm ready?
Yep.
Audio coming through, or you can see that, but is Welcome to Graceland Soccer on GUJackets.com. Let's take a look at the starting lineups now. First of all, for Mid-American Nazarene, Mid-American Nazarene is going to be starting Derek McClanahan at midfield. Jesse Calderon is number 9 that'll start. Also starting will be Iago Gaspar. Iago Gaspar. Also, Adam Morris will be starting in addition to Nicholas Thaber. Noah Juarez, Philip Chevalier will start. And Kevin Meaftu will also be starting. Also starting Javier Beltran, Jadian Manswell, and in goal will be Juan Manuel Arias. Yellow Jacket starters will be Johnny Holskog. They'll have Daniel Orozco, who will be in goal. And the Yellow Jackets will have...
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Rasmussen Field, home of the Yellow Jackets. Tonight's men's soccer contest features the Mid-American University Pioneers and
we'll have Moses and Denabite. The Yellow Jackets will start Jaime Boras. Also starting will be Dylan Fox. Chris Ponce will get a start for the Yellow Jackets. Rafa Yegros will start. Nicholas Monroy and Sean Pung. Guillermo Rodriguez. And also starting will be Abraham Deanda. Yellow Jackets are coached by Brian Courtney.
Number 19, Felipe Chevalier. Number 20, Kevin Lukiku. Number 23, Javier Beltran. Number 24, Jaden Manswell. And in goal, number 25, Juan Manuel Arias.
Mid-American Nazarene comes into the match with a record of 2-4. Yellow Jackets are 3-1-1. Yellow Jackets coming off a win that they got against Park in their most recent match. They did not have their match played against Briarcliff.
And defense, a sophomore from Bogota, Colombia, number 3, Jaime Borja. On defense, a junior from Blue Springs, Missouri, number 5, Dylan Fox. In the midfield, a freshman all the way from Chile, number 6, Chris Polk. In the midfield, a senior from Mariela, Portugal, number 8, Joao Hosag Aguiar. At forward, a senior from Asuncion, Paraguay, number 10, Rafael Yegros. At midfield, a junior from Bogota, Colombia, number 11, Nicholas Monroy. In the midfield, a freshman from Australia, number 13, Sean Pong. At forward, a junior from Brownsville, Texas, number 17, Guillermo Laguna Rodriguez. At midfield, a junior from Fort Worth, Texas, number 22, Abraham Sayanda. And in goal for the Yellow Jackets, a sophomore from Independence, Missouri, number 0, Daniel Orozco. The head coach for the Yellow Jackets is Brian.
Do you have any doubts about Spanish?
First, it's the start of the league season. Yellow Jackets in Mid-America Nazarene. Yellow Jackets, again, 3-1-1 on the season. Their only home match was a win that they got against William Woods. They came from behind to beat William Woods by a score of 2-1. Front line for the Yellow Jackets will be Rafa Yegros and Guillermo Rodriguez. And to the near side will be Nicholas Monroy, who was able to hit the game winner in the 1-0 win. Mid-American Nazarene will be in their gray with the white numbers, and their first touch is going to be taken by Jaden Manswell. So here we are, we're underway. Yellow Jackets, Rafa Yegros will be moving up on Me Too. Yellow Jackets will go ahead and will defend out of the box, and a kick by Orozco will come to Monroy on the near side. Ponce and Monroy. It's deflected back now to Jaime Borjas, and he'll get a right leg into it. Yegros is going to try to make a move. He was able to go ahead and get a header and then a settle, and finds Monroy folding over on the right side. He'll go to the corner now, and Yegros. Yellow Jackets have a chance with a cross. He got the cross away, far post, and Guillermo Rodriguez can get to it. DeAnda hanging around, though. He has a release in Dylan Fox, but Mid-American Nazarene is able to take it. Now, Manswell will have it. Play to the midline, but they're taken by Holtzcog, and the Yellow Jackets will be back with a three-man back line. And Datapai on the near side. There's some contact taken on him by Iago Gaspar. The Yellow Jackets will give up the ball here after a foul, and Faber will dump it all the way back to Juarez, and Juarez will play it up the right sideline. But there is Dylan Fox to get it for the Yellow Jackets. He'll find Ponce. Not a lot of pace on the pass, so Ponce has to deliver it back to Holtzcog. He'll bring it to the center of the field. Yegros is Yegros wasn't able to make a play on the ball. Ponce keeps it alive. Now Fox will go to the far side. The Yellow Jackets have Rodriguez to Yegros. He'll touch now, and Hung was not able to converge, and eventually it will be Juan Manuel Arias who will take it from the goal area. We played almost 2 minutes, scoreless match. We have very little wind now. The wind has died down, and Detabai will have to go ahead and hit it out with the approaching Iago Gaspar. Faber will go to Gaspar, and Gaspar with Detabai on him, got around him and was able to get not only a cross, he took a shot that was a bender that goes over the crossbar. Roscoe did as much as what he could do with that, but did not, and he looked like he may have still been able to get to the area just under the crossbar before there would have been any harm done there. 2.5 gone by, first period, scoreless match, and Orozco will kick. And good depth on that kick, and DeAnda goes high in the air but can't get the header. Then Holtzcog will direct it back to the midline, but going forward will be Miftu and DeAnda. Will try, or is that Ponce that tries to get in the middle of that? And Mid-American Nazarene, they're moving forward with Mansfield, who he outran the ball. The Yellow Jackets got it free momentarily. Mid-American Nazarene still in front of the 18. Gaspar, now the Yellow Jackets knock it into the air. Header made by Beltran. Monroy comes up with it. He's got Gaspar defending, and now Borjas will lift it away. That one's toward the far side, and Rodriguez. Now Dylan Fox forward to Rafa Yegros. A touch given back now to Chris Ponce. Ponce toward the corner. There's Monroy. Ooh, just went over his head. Had a great look at a cross there because he had an angle on his defender, but they lifted it a little bit too long. Throw coming from Nicholas Thaber. And Thaber will dump it into Javier Beltran. And Datapai is able to get the header to keep it in the Mid-American Nazarene end. Now Borjas to Ponce, directed back to Holtzcog. He'll play it to the far side, and Dylan Fox. Fox is over there with Rodriguez. The ball gets by Pung and directed into the goal area. Pung continues to charge. Eventually the goal kick comes back near the midline. Ponce able to win the ball. DeAnda has Ndetabai toward his left. He uncorks one with the left foot. That'll go long. But the Yellow Jackets are able to do something with that possession. The coach of Graceland, Brian Courtney, Kevin Wardlaw, is the coach of Mid-American Nazarene. We played 4.5 minutes in the first of the two halves that we'll have. In this first league game of the year, Yellow Jackets will be at Culver Stockton on Saturday and back home to host Clark and then to host Evangel next week. Pung has it, near side, and Detabai. Can he get the touch? Ooh, good tackle by Gaspar. Gaspar and Detabai both come up over the ball. They give the possession to the Yellow Jackets. DeAnda will get the free kick. This will be from some distance here, and Tedepai will be, I guess he's going to go ahead and stay in front of him now. He's going to trot to the center of the field. Left-footed strike. That's a bender that the goalie, Manuel Arias, is able to come up and get in front of the 6. He will roll. And a long kick will go over the head of Tedepai. He retreats to get it. He's feeling some pressure by Gaspar. Unloaded back to the midline. Then after a header, the settle made by Deanda. Now it's Chris Ponce trying to fight off trying to fight off Derek McClanahan. And the Yellow Jackets will get this possession. Jaime Borjas will get the opportunity to make the strike. 6 minutes in, scoreless match. And Borjas leaves one all the way to the far corner. And Rafa Yegros can't get it, but it is Guillermo Laguna Rodriguez who gets to it. It'll be played to the near side. Touch to Tedepai. And Tedepai back for Jaime Borjas. Borjas will direct it to Holtzkog on the far side. And Dylan Fox. He'll bring it forward. Dylan Fox gets into some traffic, keeps it going. Oh, he almost had Pong now, and then the box. Fox approaches, and it just a tip that was made by Manuel Arias. And the Yellow Jackets almost had themselves an open net. Yellow Jackets have it back with Borjas and Tedepai to the near side. And Tedepai goes again, this time to the right side of Monroy. Monroy with Beltran on him. Reverses back to Tedepai the near side. He's able to get the cross. Yegros in there. He tried to settle, but it went off his foot. And Dylan Fox won't be able to get there. It is Manswell. They got to it first, so it is settled by Mid-American Nazarene. And now the Pioneers want to approach. McClanahan will direct it to Miftu. Miftu, center of the field. He'll leave it long. They try to get a run going, but Jaime Borjas and Orozco both able to get in the area before Thaber can make the charge. We've played now 7.5 minutes. We're still in a scoreless match. Jaime Borjas to the near side. With Tedepai coming up toward the right corner. They tried to spray the ball to the right corner, and that one fades and sails off right. Mid-American Nazarene will have it, and the Pioneers will throw it in with Javier Beltran. Throw off the header of Tedepai, taken by Adam Morris. They try to leave it ahead for Manswell, and Borjas got to it first. Manswell recovers to get it. Now after a deflection, Yellow Jackets, Borjas made a great play to get possession of the ball, cover it, and pop right back up with it. Ponce will flip it now back to Borjas. He'll try to leave it ahead for Yegros. He's double-teamed. Contact from behind him by Chevalier. And now Mid-America Nazarene will get this possession. Miftu will have it and delivers it back to Chevalier. Now they try to leave it ahead for Thaber, and the Yellow Jackets are able to get a header on it, directing it back to Daniel Orozco. He'll find Holtzkog. He's got Manswell in front of him, but no pressure, and he delivers it back to Daniel Orozco. 9 minutes in, it's a scoreless match, and Tedepai to the near side. Monroy won't be able to convert this. Well, Miftu moves forward to Manswell. Manswell again to Adam Morris. Adam Morris goes a little further wide now as the Pioneers try to get to the attacking third. They leave it to Miftu, moving in. Yellow Jackets took it away with Ponce. He'll unload one, but the Yellow Jackets do not have anybody in the Pioneer end. It goes all the way to Manuel Arias, and Juan Manuel Arias will keep it on the ground. That's intercepted easily by Hung, and he puts one right over the crossbar. Look at that. That was quite a, or I should say that was Guillermo Rodriguez. And the Yellow Jackets almost had themselves a goal from distance by Rodriguez. We're 10 minutes in, still scoreless. Yellow Jackets probably have had the better of it in terms of chances. Another drive that Ndedibai will go ahead and get the first touch of. But eventually, Derek McClanahan, now they get the ball to Iago Gaspar. Sean Pung trying to get away from a double team. Thaber is on him, and Thaber will go ahead and take the throw. Touch to Thaber to the near side. Thaber wanted to go back to Gaspar. Thaber hits the deck on the far side after the contact came with Nicholas Monroy. And the official is going to say something to Monroy. And this is going to be a set piece for Mid-American Nazarene. So we're 11 minutes in. Mid-American Nazarene gets a set piece. And this is going to be reasonably tight here. The strike will come from Adam Morris. Thaber's running toward the net. They try to find him. It's in front of the 6, and they did get a header on that. That header by Noah Juarez, but Orozco's able to make the stop. Orozco stops the shot. We're 11 and a half in, still scoreless. And the kick takes one bounce, headed, and now Mid-American Nazarene leaves it a little. Well, they are not able to hit Thaber on the run. Boras sends it all the way to the other side. Dylan Fox settles there, has room to do so, and now wants to reverse it. Gets the ball to Rodriguez on the far side. Rodriguez faked the heel kick and delivers it back to Johnny Holtzcog. Holtzcog to Borjas. Borjas runs it down, plays it toward the center, and Pung. Pung couldn't get there. They tried to turn that into a counter. It was intercepted by Miftu. Wanted to go to Gaspar. Now the ball played all the way to Manswell, and Manswell did get a header on it, flying in just outside of the right post. And that one goes beyond the byline. Mid-American Nazarene wide. And 32-22 remaining in the first half. It's a scoreless match with Graceland and Mid-American Nazarene. Daniel Orozco. Can Deanna get that one? Well, the header was actually taken by Miftu. Manswell trying to control it in some traffic. Ponce hanging around, is able to disrupt it again. Pung has it again. Pung has it now, and Pung will find Dylan Fox. They release to Fox. Now he goes back through Holtzcog. Yellow Jackets will go ahead and balance their back line. And now Fox will get some space to take it across the midline. Dylan Fox continues. Now eventually McClanahan comes up on him. He wanted Yegros, and it's directed back to Johnny Holtzcog. 31-35 remaining in the first half. Ponce has it near center of the field to the near side. Ndedibai. Moses Ndedibai wants Yegros again. He's able to put it to 2 bounces in the box and take the goalie out, but the clearance made by Mid-American Nazarene. Ndedibai is going to get the chance to throw it in for the Yellow Jackets and throws toward Yegros. He, with a slight header, did direct it. Well, change direction of the ball. Now Mansfield will touch to Adam Morris. Morris didn't have very much on that return pass, and Pung able to intercept before it gets to Manswell. Ndedibai has it for the Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets have only Rafa Yegros, who's in the Pioneer side for now. Ndedibai maneuvering forward to the midline. Now tries Yegros. Yegros tries to get the settle. He is working with Javier Beltran, who's behind him. Mid-American Nazarene has the ball. Miftu wants Gaspar. And it's played out. It'll be delivered in by Mid-American Nazarene. McClanahan dumps it to Philip Chevalier. Yellow Jackets looking for an opportunity if A pass is missed. They drive it to the corner, and they did get Thebear on the run. Thebear is going to get to the byline. It got the cross. That's Manswell, and he couldn't quite get there. Dylan Fox is able to get to the ball before Derek McClanahan gets a chance at a second opportunity. Here's another cross that is going to be played wide. It's going to go beyond the byline. Mid-American Nazarene put together a chance there when they were able to get Thebear behind Moses and Dedebai. We're just under 30 minutes remaining in the first half. Still scoreless with Graceland and Mid-American Nazarene. Pioneer women won earlier this evening, 2 first-half goals and then a penalty kick in the second half for a 3-0 win over the Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jacket women now 5-2 on the year, and a foul called against the Yellow Jackets for another set piece as Kevin Meeftu was fouled by, or I should say, Meeftu's called for the foul, and the Yellow Jackets get a set piece. Deanda chips it toward the box. They do not release Yegros for it, and Juan Manuel Arias will make an easy save. Manuel Arias will throw it in front, makes the approach with the left foot, lets it go, deep drive, but that one's also going to fade, takes a bounce inside the fair territory area, but then goes out and Dedebai to Jaime Boras. Yellow Jackets will attempt another build up here and bring it to Johnny Holtzcog at the far side. Manswell is with him. Gaspar is on the near half, and Dedebai a little further ahead. And Dedebai wants Yegros again, who releases inside the box. The header, though, was made by Chevalier, and there's a shot that gets saved by Manuel Arias, and the Yellow Jackets denied there, but they get an opportunity. Manuel Arias will take a return, will get a return ball from Javier Beltran, and he makes another deep kick. Does it get over Holtzcog? Nope, he was able to get a header on it. And a second header by Pung, and the Yellow Jackets' Dylan Fox will play it to Rodriguez on the far side. Now Dylan Fox, or it's Holtzcog, he overstepped the ball, slid a little bit, but maintained control. Nobody around, and now Dedebai with a quick touch, wanted Deanda, lost possession. Mid-American Nazarene will get it. This is Gaspar who wants Thebear, and Thebear's got some space, and Dedebai, though, goes ahead and squares up on him. Thebear pushes it back to Kevin Meeftu. Meeftu again to Thebear. Can he get the cross? He did with the left foot. It's headed by Dylan Fox. There wasn't a chance for Manswell to get it. Yellow Jackets have a chance at a counter, and Rafa Yegros had to make sure he was onside. Yellow Jackets continue to advance. This is Pong able to make or Monroy able to make a nice move. Sends it left now for Abraham Deanda. Deanda sends it inside the box area and inside the 18. Yellow Jackets, Deanda hustling to keep control of it. Fox got a touch. Yellow Jackets still controlling. Deanda again on the left edge. Gets the cross toward Yegros. This is where he's dangerous, but going up to get it. Juan Manuel Arias, and the Yellow Jackets denied there. Meeftu will have it. Center of the field now to Derek McClanahan. Meeftu plays it all the way to the far side now. Jesse Calderon. Calderon to Meeftu to Calderon. Far side of the field. Yellow Jackets are continuing to pressure at times, not necessarily intense. Yegros going to be called for a foul. He took a chance there to take it away from Philip Chevalier. Meeftu off a quick restart. Plays it back for Noah Juarez. Now it's Meeftu again, shy of the midline. He'll cross. Manswell to Meeftu. And he chips it ahead. That one shouldered toward Manswell, but Holtzcog was able to fight Manswell for the ball and win. And Dylan Fox will have it for the Yellow Jackets. Fox to Chris Ponce. Ponce looking at Monroy. He'll try to get it toward the corner. He's got some space to work with. He makes a great settle. This is a cross that comes now toward Pung, but it's broken up by McClanahan. Here's Ponce. He thought about a blast. Now moves toward his right. Now takes one. That was off Pung, who tries to recover to get it. And Ponce still hanging around the ball. Boras makes a charge for it. He's going to be called for a foul as he gets part of Gaspar there. Yellow Jackets putting some pressure on Mid-America Nazarene. It's about the best buildup they've had so far this first half. It's a scoreless match with Graceland and Mid-America Nazarene. Yellow Jackets have had a shot on goal here. Daniel Orozco's been able to make a save of the Yellow Jackets. Calderon has it far side. He'll try to go near edge. Oh, it gets all the way through it. Now Mid-America Nazarene Faber puts a shot right to the near post. It got by Monroy. Faber had a pretty good look. He decided to go to the near post, and Orozco was able to take a good line and cover it up. Holtzcog to Dylan Fox, far side. We have played now a little over 20 minutes of this first half, nearing the midway point. Yellow Jackets and Mid-America Nazarene are scoreless. Holtzcog to Jaime Borjas to the near side, near edge. It comes to Moses and Dedibai. Dedibai sent it behind Rafa Yegros, intercepted there by Philip Chevalier, or I should say by, it was by Chevalier. Now it's played to the near side. Javier Beltran. Beltran once again wants Gaspar. Yellow Jackets get to it. Deandra will have it. He goes toward the corner. Yegros is going to get a touch this time. Yegros looking for a cross. He's got Guillermo Laguna Rodriguez close, and he does get a corner for the Yellow Jackets here. And the Yellow Jackets have a chance at their first corner. That comes almost halfway done with this first half. It'll be Abraham DeAndrew touches in and gets the ball right back. Now a left-footed kick, and he tried to sail that one underneath the crossbar, and it goes just over. Well, he was able to put some bend on that. The Yellow Jackets still scoreless as we get seconds away from the halfway point of the first half. Scoreless with Graceland and Mid-America Nazarene. Heart of America Conference opener for both of these teams. Pioneers 2-4. Yellow Jackets are 3-1-1. Manuel Arias. Deep drive. Manswell will have it. Jackets chase with Pung. Now Miftu will get it. He'll play to the far corner. Fox releases to try to defend. Is that going to get beyond the byline? It sure does. The Yellow Jackets get a goal kick out of that. 22:05 remaining in the first half. Daniel Orozco to kick for Graceland. Orozco, left-footed drive. Deandra did keep it going forward. They're going to call a foul on that against Deandra as he was going for the ball against Miftu. Kevin Miftu still fighting for it, and Nicholas Monroy gets to it. Pung is now challenged by Derek McClanahan. Foul on McClanahan. Yellow Jackets off a quick restart. We'll find Dylan Fox, who's got some space to recover after he's settled. Sends it to Guillermo Laguna Rodriguez on the far side. Ball now lifted into the air. Jaime Borjas tried to direct it to the corner, and Monroy back to the midline. Indedipai gets it into the air. Punch back to the center line. Ponce gets the settle. He has Borjas to release to. He does do that. He'll send the ball to Johnny Holtzcog. Holtzcog delivers it left for Dylan Fox in 20:50 remaining in the first half. Fox with a left-footed kick. That is for Pung, who's into the box. They bring out the goalie. And the goalie, Juan Manuel Arias, is able to cover it up. He's able to get the touch. Now he'll go ahead and kick from the goal area. And sends another deep drive. That one gets by Fox, but he has room to recover. He does have Manswell around him. And the Yellow Jackets will go ahead and get this throw. Dylan Fox wants Guillermo Laguna Rodriguez, and Mid-America Nazarene will actually get this throw. Derek McClanahan. Can they get the cross on the far side? It does get played inside the box, goes by Manswell. He never did get turned around before it was punched away by Borjas. Yellow Jackets get Yegros now near the circle. Now it's hit toward Guillermo Rodriguez. Knocked into the air by Yegros. Yegros gets a second touch on it. Eventually, it is Jesse Calderon that gets to it. Manswell is going to be called for offsides. Yellow Jackets will get a free kick here with 19 and a half remaining in the first half. Scoreless match with Graceland and Mid-American Nazarene. Moses and Dedipai to the near side. Touch now to Monroy. They release Ndedipai, who's onside, right edge toward the right corner. He makes the cross now toward Pong. Touched first by the Pioneers' Derek McClanahan, and he knocks it out. Another quick entry pass from Ndedipai to Monroy. Got the cross toward Yegros, but that sails over his head all the way to the far side of the field. Calderon will go get that one, and the kick comes up the right side. Taken there by Adam Morris, but taken away by Dylan Fox. Yellow Jackets trying to get it away from Manswell, but Manswell stays with it. And eventually it's punched out where the Pioneers will have it. Jesse Calderon will dump it into the backfield area. Comes all the way to the near third, and Javier Beltran lifts one that Borjas elevates with a header. Monroy won't be able to chase it down in the space. And Beltran will pick it up and give another throw for Mid-American Nazarene. Time call. There was a brace. Piece of equipment from Manswell that came off. Beltran wanted to try to force a throw in there, and Borjas is able to clear it. Javier Beltran gets another chance at another throw. That throw over the top comes to Gaspar. Miftu touched again now to Gaspar. Gaspar to Beltran. A little tighter yet is Mid-American Nazarene. And it comes to Faber. To Miftu, center of the field. Working toward his right against Guillermo Rodriguez. Cleared eventually by Monroy. Nicholas Monroy, and 16:50 remaining in the first half. Javier Beltran sends it left. Faber denied by Ndedipai. Borjas touches to Ndedipai. Back for Borjas. This time he's going to be able to go over the top with a kick. Yegros wasn't able to get the header, but it is still going to be Yellow Jacket ball. It was headed by Chevalier from behind of Yegros. 16:25 remaining in the first half. It's scoreless with Graceland and Mid-American Nazarene. Throw again toward Yegros, knocked into the air, and Ndedipai is able to get the settle. Now touch to the center of the field, and Chris Ponce got a touch. It looks like it's Faber, challenged by Monroy, and another touch denied by the Yellow Jackets. Monroy comes up with it. Here's the kick that's sent toward Yegros. Went over his head. Chevalier got it. Here's a settle made by Guillermo Rodriguez. Rodriguez works his way right, circles around, can release back to Ndedipai. He'll approach a little bit further. Now getting a little more pressure. Sends across toward Deandra far side. It went off his chest, didn't settle out the way he wanted. Fox trying to pick it up, did go ahead and overlap, makes a nice cross. This one sent to Guillermo Rodriguez. He wasn't able to do much with the ball. It banged off his chest. Deandra has it back. He'll have it near right side to Nicholas Monroy. He'll get the cross, releasing for Yegros. Oh, wasn't quite able to get the touch on it. And Calderon will get it from the far side. With the Yellow Jackets, Chris Ponce gets a chest into the ball. Dump back to Holtzcog. Yellow Jackets still have the ball in the Pioneer end. 15-10 remaining in the first half. Still scoreless. Chris Ponce will make a little chip toward Yegros. I don't know if he was on side for that, but Mid-American Nazarene's Calderon will make a little chip that's well beyond Manswell, and it's easily recovered by Johnny Holtzcog. Yellow Jackets look like they are going to get, well, one for sure that is coming in. They're going to get Connor Wallace into the match. They may get another 3. It's a warm night. It's not quite as oppressive. Heat's not quite as oppressive as what it was for the start of the women's game when we had the sun coming down on us. This is Johnny Holtzcog for the Yellow Jackets, who will play it toward Monroy. And Deandra will have it for Graceland. A little chip that's made to Pung. Yellow Jackets going forward. Pung in some space. Blast one toward the far post. That one a little too far away. The Yellow Jackets will get, looks like 4 coming in for the next chance. 14-15 remaining here in the first half. Yellow Jackets also will get Mateo Galindo into the match the next time. And Abraham Deandra has a pass intercepted by Miftu. McClanahan will have it. Circles around Ponce and comes to the near side in Javier Beltran. Beltran lifting it toward Thaber. And Dedibai got Thaber kind of to bite on that move. It gives the Yellow Jackets possession. Jaime Borjas to Moses Ndedibai. He's to the near side of the field. Moses Ndedibai chip swung toward Guillermo Rodriguez. Knocked out of the air. Pung won't be able to get it. And Ndedibai got the first touch, but it was Gaspar that gets it. Thaber for Manswell. Manswell on the outside of the 18. Trying to go off, well, trying to get the cross. Blocked by Borjas. Now Thaber will come back to get it. Challenged by Monroy. And a 50-50 ball won by Mid-American Nazarene. A bender let fly. Just, I don't know if it was wide. It just went over the crossbar. Yellow Jackets will get a bunch in here. Connor Wallace will come in. Carlos Hernandez will be coming in. Yellow Jackets will get Mateo Galindo into the match. And Reynoso Jean-Pierre will all be into the match for Graceland. Monroy, Pung, Chris Ponce, and Guillermo Rodriguez will all come out. 12:20 remaining in the first half. Yellow Jackets and Mid-American Nazarene are scoreless. Here's the kick. Dylan Fox will get the settle. Calderon comes up on him. He will try to find Connor Wallace in the middle. Wallace chases, but won by Beltran. Now near side. It gets delivered to Thaber. Yellow Jackets with some energy here. Mateo Galindo's doing what he can to try to bother McClanahan. He'll release it back to Noah Juarez. Juarez to Calderon to the far side. Now Miftu in the center of the field. They've got an open left side. And the Yellow Jackets will be going forward here. Yellow Jackets moving it ahead. They'll send it from Galindo to the far side of the field. Reynoso Jean-Pierre. Jean-Pierre a chip back to Mateo Galindo. Galindo's inside the box. Wanted to go back to Jean-Pierre. And he was at the corner and wide open, but they didn't get a clean pass to him. Fox does save that from going out. Mid-American Nazarene will go ahead and clear it. And the Yellow Jackets get a throw in. 11:15 remaining in the first half. Scoreless with Graceland and Mid-American Nazarene. Throw to the edge of the box. And the Yellow Jackets will pick from Yegros to Dylan Fox. He'll try to get across. That was played to Connor Wallace to the near side. And Mateo Galindo touches. There's a Pioneer that's down. That Pioneer that is down is Nicholas Thaber. Foul against the Yellow Jackets. It'll be a free kick for Mid-American Nazarene. 10:40 remaining here in the first half, and they've called for the trainer. That means a stoppage as well. They will use this as a water break. I think it was 10:41 when they.
35, my friend. Got it.
10:35. Not 10:41. 10:35. Juan has been spot on. He has been down to the millisecond on our timing today, and that was without a clock in the first match. He can do that because he, for his first 15 years of existence, told time by the sun.
And the moon, don't forget the moon.
During the day and moon at night.
And directions with the stars. My people. What do you use? Google. Okay. That's what I thought.
So if there is any issues with the time, direct those issues to Juan. He will be more than happy to take care of those and perhaps even challenge you. All right. Let's see. Yes, Thaber that's down, right? Nicholas Thaber is down. He will... Thaber will go ahead and come out, and free kick will be taken by Juan Manuel Arias. Man, we were still kicking down. There's a long strike that gets into the penalty area. Manswell turned around and let it fly, and then he wanted to turn around and get a shot. Then Gaspar had a free look at the ball, and he sent one well long. Yellow Jackets and Mid-American Nazarene scoreless. There may or may not be 9:34 to go. There's probably closer to about 10 to go than what do we got on the clock? Oh, I guess we got the same. So Yellow Jackets will go ahead and chip one. Yellow Jackets have an approaching attack with Connor Wallace and Carlos Hernandez. Hernandez is number 9 in the center of the field, and then they have Connor Wallace on the near edge. Moses and Dedibai will get a return pass back to him from Carlos Hernandez. Now it's touched by Wallace to Hernandez. He's knocked off the ball, and Mid-American Nazarene has it back. They wanted to release it to Manswell, but Manswell was going forward. The ball sails well behind him. Orozco will take it. The Holtz call will find Dylan Fox on the far side. 8.5 remaining in the first half. Still scoreless, and Dylan Fox has it for the Yellow Jackets. Reynaldo Jean-Pierre. And he'll chip one toward the box. Rafa Yegros wasn't able to make a play on that. Wallace is going to try to retreat to get it. There is a bump, and there is a foul called against Connor Wallace as Gaspar hits the deck. Faber will get back into the match. Did he stay in? I guess I didn't. I think Nicholas Faber might have stayed in the match there after he was injured. Anyway, he's back in if he did not. It's a little under 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Still scoreless with Graceland and Mid-American Nazarene. Big kick made by Juan Manuel Arias. Yellow Jackets were able to get a header on it with Borjas. Then Deandra went into the air for the second touch, and he gets fouled. Fouled, I believe, by Kevin Miftu. Jackets, Abraham Deandra sends it to Dylan Fox. He's got Jean-Pierre with him. Jean-Pierre tried to shovel that along the left sideline. Touched out by Calderon. Dylan Fox. Had that ball come funny out of his hands there. Yellow Jackets will keep it alive now. Dylan Fox wants Rafa Yegros. He kept it going. Fox almost was able to get there. And then Deandra, he clearly held Miftu and will be called for a foul. Mid-America Nazarene dumps it back into the goal area where Juan Manuel Arias will take another strike, drives it deep over Holtzcock. They bring Orozco out. Manswell was around the ball, but the Yellow Jackets were able to keep him away before Orozco could get to it. And Dedebai at the near side. Jaime Borjas to Holtzcock. 6:20 remaining in the first half. Left sideline, Dylan Fox for the Yellow Jackets will go ahead and cross. Fox center of the field. Now Deandra. Deandra had it taken away by Manswell. Deandra recovering to get it. Now the Yellow Jackets have Hernandez to Reynaldo Jean-Pierre. And the Yellow Jackets still have it going. Carlos Hernandez got the cross. Far side for Wallace. And they're going to call that what? Foul or handball? No, they called a foul. And the Yellow Jackets called for a hold. And the Yellow Jackets give up a free kick. 5:40 remaining in the first half. It's not as much the free kicks, a missed opportunity for the Yellow Jackets. And Juan Manuel Arias will let it fly again. He's had great depth on his goal kick so far. And there's another drive that's 3/4 of the length of the field. Borjas went straight up into the air with a header. Now Deandra wins that header. And the Yellow Jackets almost came up with the ball. Hernandez and Jean-Pierre came to it about the same time, but they weren't able to turn that into a counter. Reynaldo Jean-Pierre up the left sideline, double team, got through it. Look at this, Yellow Jackets have an advance. Reynaldo Jean-Pierre goes into the box, continues to go, makes a cross, right footed kick, it's going to go wide. Reynaldo Jean-Pierre. Boy, that was a nice piece of work against Calderon, and I think that was Noah Juarez. Yellow Jackets still have the opportunity alive because they have a corner here. And Abraham Deandra and Connor Wallace are the two at the corner. And it'll be Deandra who'll strike it. The bender sent to far side. They kept it alive in front of the 6. Then it gets poked away. Fox releases to go get it. The Yellow Jackets still have it in the Pioneer end. Fox drives it toward the box. Knocked into the air. Deandra will go ahead and head it in the box. Here's a charge by Wallace. That one gets knocked out. The Yellow Jackets get another corner. Knocked beyond the line by Gaspar. Yellow Jackets still have Deandra and Wallace that'll be at the corner area. Deandra went ahead to strike it toward the far post last time. Does it again with the left foot. Yellow Jackets couldn't get Yegros around it. He'll be called for a foul as he fouled Philip Chevalier. And the Yellow Jackets will now wait for another goal kick from Juan Manuel Arias. Nicholas Richmond will be coming in for Mid-American Nazarene sometime, it looks like, in the next 3.5 minutes. Yellow Jackets and Mid-American Nazarene are scoreless. Kick over Manswell. And Mateo Galindo comes up with some space. Gives the ball to Rodriguez. He's got a charge working. Reynaldo Jean-Pierre on the far side. He's got Mateo Galindo. Advances toward the corner. Now that's disrupted by the Pioneers, but Johnny Holtzcog will recover to get it. Deandra has it back. Plays it to the near side. Well, they have two over there. It's a good thing because that was wide of Dedebai. Wallace picked it up. Wallace back for Deandra, center of the field. And Deandra will drive it all the way to the left boundary. Dylan Fox has the ball chipped over toward him. He's able to get a left-footed cross. Yegros, and a header then. Got blocked. A header that came by Yegros. I think it was kept alive by Rodriguez. Here's a drive by Reynaldo Jean-Pierre that gets turned aside. And the Yellow Jackets almost got themselves one. The Yellow Jackets have had two near misses. And Dedebai to Deanda. Return now to Moses and Dedebai. Jaime Borjas will have it back. He'll play it to Johnny Holtzcog. He's just shy of the midline, and he'll go left edge to Dylan Fox. Minute 55 remaining in the first half. Fox a quick chip, Reynaldo Jean-Pierre. Jean-Pierre just outside the corner of the box is able to take the byline, moves inside the box, right-footed kick. That one's going to go wide. Boy, that's a couple times that guy has been able to work inside, work against some traffic and come up with quality opportunities. Nicholas Richmond will be into the match. He'll take the place of Noah Juarez. It's a minute 21 to go. Yellow Jackets have dominated about the last 5 minutes of play here, maybe more than that. Dylan Fox touches to Abraham DeAnder. Remember, though, they put those 4 in after not subbing at all. They put 4 in, and they brought some energy. They've continued pressing forward here with, well, Wallace and Rodriguez and Jean-Pierre. Yegros has stayed in, and Dedapie to the near side. He'll play it for Mateo Galindo. He's got a release man in Dedapie. He'll use Connor Wallace near edge. Wallace, he is being pressured. Contact from behind. Jaime Borjas will give it again to Holtzkog. 40 seconds remaining in the first. Yellow Jackets trying to get in a position to get an opportunity. Dylan Fox leaves it ahead for a run by Wallace. Got knocked back. Kept alive by Reynaldo Jean-Pierre. He tried to chip it. That one denied by Richmond. And then a big sweep missed by Mid-American Nazarene. DeAndo will get to Dedapie to the near side with 20 seconds left. Yellow Jackets, can they just poke it in there? Mateo Galindo sent it, well, he sent it a little wide of Rafa Yegros, and that will take away the final Yellow Jacket chance. And Mid-American Nazarene will go ahead and waste the rest of this first half. We've come to the end of the first half. The Yellow Jackets certainly had their moments. It's a scoreless match. Graceland and Mid-American Nazarene. And you are watching Graceland Men's Soccer on GUJackets.com. Graceland will have first possession to begin the second half. Yellow Jackets in a scoreless match with Mid-American Nazarene. Yellow Jackets working to the north goal. Abraham Deanda will have Dylan Fox near edge. He's got Calderon, who is back, or McClanahan rather, back on him. There's a header by Mateo Galindo. Deanda goes over the top of Manswell to get a piece of that one. And Reynolso Jean-Pierre from that far side won't be able to come down with the ball. And Miftu got the touch to direct it, at least to the midline. Mateo Galindo will have it there. Negotiates Manswell. Now Borjas wanted to go to Indetabai, but it's intercepted. And they wanted again to go to Thaber, but the Yellow Jackets take that one away. Galindo to Dylan Fox. He'll go ahead and use Holtzcog behind him. And Johnny Holtzcog will approach as the Pioneers retreat. Here's Mateo Galindo. Goes far side, Indetabai. I'll take it back. It is Indetabai now. Reynolso Jean-Pierre. He'll make a chip over the head of Yegros. And Mateo Galindo can't chase that one down, but Manswell directed it right to Borjas. Now Yegros almost was able to get the turn on his defender. And Jean-Pierre will find Indetabai. The Yellow Jackets still have the ball, and they're the Pioneer in. The end to near side. Fox has some space to work with. He is defended by Calderon. Deanda to the center of the field, and Mateo Galindo. Galindo chased by Gaspar. They wanted to get the ball to the corner. Now, I think that's where Guillermo Rodriguez wanted Mateo Galindo to go. The Yellow Jackets get bailed out a little bit here. It's not going to be a corner, but it is going to be a throw from right at the pole. Throw comes into Yegros, still kept alive. Guillermo Rodriguez, and that one knocked off. Yellow Jackets get another corner. Yellow Jackets continue to own the possession time in this match, at least to this point. They had most of the possession time over the last 10 minutes of the first half. And the Yellow Jackets now will make the corner. Guillermo Rodriguez will hit it far side. Yellow Jackets had Jaime Borjas making a challenge for that. That might have gone off Manswell, might have gone off Juarez, and it gets knocked out of the air. No, take it back. That was Philip Chevalier that got a piece of that. Goal kick for Juan Manuel Arias. Yellow Jackets scoreless with Mid-American Nazarene. We'll see if Manuel Arias is just as deep, not quite as deep, going north to south here. But he does get the ball to the midline, and here's Thaber, far side. Nicholas Thaber got it back to Gaspar. Gaspar moving right. Well, recovering enough is Jesse Calderon. And the Yellow Jackets push it with Galindo. Well, they pushed it to Galindo and Dylan Fox, who'd slid a little bit. Miftu to Calderon. This is McClanahan, who finds Adam Morris to the near edge. Manswell again. Got free of a defender. This is a problem, and the ball gets kicked far side. I think Roscoe got a piece of that and never did get in an area that Gaspar could do anything with it, but Manswell was able to get by a defender, shook one, and the Yellow Jackets turned this into a counter. Yegros wasn't able to quite get the touch before Chevalier punched it back into the Yellow Jacket in. Fox came up with it there. Now Guillermo Rodriguez sends it with the left foot, crosses over, never does get to Yegros, backed up though by Jean-Pierre. Pierre Cummins left, tries a big left foot attempt, that one blocked. Mid-American Nazarene punches it to the midline, but Borjas got it away from Gaspar, and the Yellow Jackets will be turned aside as it gets into the hands of Juan Manuel Arias. Jaime Borjas has Indetabai on the far side of the field. Indetabai to Deanda. Abraham Deanda has to release it back to Johnny Holtzcog. Now Dylan Fox near edge. Guillermo Rodriguez on the near side. Laguna Rodriguez on the near side. A touch by DeAnda. He gets hit and taken down. This is Jesse Calderon. Left ahead now to Adam Morris, who's going to chase for the ball, try to get across. Yellow Jackets did block it with Chris Ponce, who's back in. Or no, it's Holtzcog. But the Yellow Jackets give up and surrender a corner. Mid-American Nazarene's corner attempt to be taken by Iago Gaspar. And Mid-American Nazarene puts everybody in the box. Oh, about even with the far post. Running toward the ball, though. Chip Roscoe comes out to try to get a punch. It was headed by Manswell, but it wasn't on target. Yellow Jackets will get a kick from Daniel Roscoe. The Yellow Jackets in Mid-American Nazarene still scoreless. Yellow Jackets have won an overtime match. In fact, that was their most recent match, although that was Park last week. They won 1-0. It was the 96th minute. Downfield. This is Yegros was able to get the heel touch now to DeAnda. Couldn't get the cross, but does get the corner out of that. And Philip Chevalier was defending there for Mid-American Nazarene. Guillermo Laguna Rodriguez will kick for the Yellow Jackets. 7 minutes in, second half. So we're in the 53rd minute now. The Yellow Jackets will now strike, and it goes all the way across and touched out by Javier Beltran. Yellow Jackets will get a corner from the other side. Yellow Jackets looked like they had a couple that might have been in a position at the strike to maybe make a play. It went on through, and then Beltran touched it, so the Yellow Jackets get a chance on the other edge. There's another kick. That's another bender. That is a header. That Boros can't get to. Chevalier, I think, did. Yellow Jackets get a throw. And Dedibai will leave it for Dylan Fox. Once again, Mid-American Nazarene pressure, giving some space. I guess that's Jean-Pierre. Now Fox gets the cross, far side to DeAnda. Can he win the ball? No. And Holtzcog will get to it. And he'll get it to DeAnda. Goes out wide, right side. Won't be able to cross. Does make a cut. Now turns. And with the left foot, gets it back to the center of the field. It goes, and Guillermo Laguna Rodriguez couldn't get to it. Play to the midline. Can they turn this into a counter? This is Gaspar who has it. Going forward still. Yellow Jackets are able to backtrack pretty well. This is Adam Morris. Gets challenged by Guillermo Laguna Rodriguez. Played over to the far side and Miftu. And Mid-American Nazarene called for offsides, giving the Yellow Jackets a free kick. Still scoreless, Graceland Mid-American Nazarene. Match number 2 of the night. Mid-American Nazarene women won 3-0 over the Yellow Jackets earlier. Yellow Jacket women now 5-2 on the year. Kicked by Orozco, driven all the way to the far side. Mid-American Nazarene will pick up. Beltran to the center of the field, and that is Miftu. Laguna Rodriguez, he'll kick, touch back to Dylan Fox. And can the Yellow Jackets keep it? Fox, pretty good footwork. Hit out by Calderon. Hit out by the Yellow Jackets. It will be Pioneer possession. Calderon looks at Miftu, wants to go to Manswell. Bodied from behind. They call a foul on Manswell, and Manswell get a verbal warning. Here's a kick that's sent toward Yegros. Knocked into the air with a header by Chevalier. Now McClanahan will have it. And Derek McClanahan being chased by Jean-Pierre. Give and go now back to Miftu. Miftu to the edge of the box. Yellow Jackets turn that aside. And Dedabai will now find Mateo Galindo. Dylan Fox for the Yellow Jackets. Guillermo Laguna Rodriguez has the left sideline. They're not going to send anything long yet. Mateo Galindo turns. Deanda gets right to the midline. Can release to Holtzcogen does. Now they go to the far side. And Jean-Pierre. Yellow Jackets have Jean-Pierre now playing in the back tier. Mateo Galindo tries to leave it for Fox. He's able to take an angle on the ball. Hit out by Chevalier. Kept alive by Galindo. Fox might be able to settle that. He did. Galindo gets the ball to the corner. Can he get it to the... And he run it down before it gets across the pine line. Not quite. It will be another kick for Javier Manuel Arias, or I should say for Juan Manuel Arias. And Arias will strike it with the left foot, lets it go long. Manswell got a soft touch on it. Holtzcog goes over to get it. He got that through in Dedabai, but he ran it down before it goes out. Moses in Dedabai reverses and gives it back to Jaime Borjas. And he, with that big right foot, couldn't fully turn it around to keep it in play, but he does knock it out near the midline where Mid-American Nazarene will have it. And then he makes a nice slide tackle to poke the ball to the midfield line. Still Pioneer possession as they come to the near side and Jesse Calderon. Given back to Noah Juarez and Adam Morris. Calderon to Noah Juarez. Played all the way to the goal area. Manuel Arias. Long drive. Fox got the header, but it'll be Pioneer possession. Calderon, look at him, Miftu. Look at him, Morris coming to him. Tries to throw over the top. And a touch goes behind Miftu. Yellow Jackets trying to turn this into a counter. They race Jean-Pierre right sideline. He's going to be able to get a touch on that. He's also got Yegros, who's into the box. He makes a cut down to the byline. They bring out the goalie, and this time he won't be able to negotiate the traffic. Remember, a couple other times he got some great chances out of that. Yellow Jackets still have something going here. Deanda has it outside the box, tries a big left foot. That one got deflected. That one actually got deflected and just went wide of the near post. 31-28 remaining in the second half. Graceland is scoreless with Mid-American Nazarene. Once again, the Yellow Jackets are getting some... they're holding their own with quality chances and possession time. I don't know if they're quite as dominant in possession time as what they were for that 20-minute stretch, late first, early second half here. 31 to go, and the Yellow Jackets win the ball, far side. And a kick for Yegros. Can he go up and get it? He did. He had it, but that one is picked up by Noah Juarez. Calderon near side. Yellow Jackets. Mateo Galindo hustles to get it. He gets a heel touch back to him. He'll go to Dylan Fox. He'll survey the field. He'll dump it back now to Johnny Holtzcock. Chris Ponce to come in. The next chance for the Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets with 30-33 to go in the second half. Another touch. That one got wide of Mateo Galindo, but he was able to take a pass from Miftu and take it away. Deanda has Laguna Rodriguez to the near side. Touched again now to Mateo Galindo. He tried to chip the ball back to Rodriguez and it got away. Still has it, though. And the touch goes to Rodriguez another time. Rodriguez able to get down to the byline. Got the cross. This is... there he contact in the box. Now a drive by Mateo Galindo that misses. The Yellow Jackets had a chance with Carlos Rodriguez in the box, but they weren't, or Carlos Hernandez rather, in the box. But they weren't able to get a shot. There was some contact, but no foul that was called. Here's Manswell, who will find McClanahan. Good move made by Adam Morris. Sent played left. This is a cross. The Yellow Jackets have to clear. Holtzcog will. Deanda will go ahead and leave it ahead with a header to the near side with open space. Leaves it for Yegros, who got inside of a defender. Yegros now advances in the box. Knocked off the ball just outside of the 18. Mid-American Nazarene pushes Graceland off the ball. Now can the Pioneers turn this into an opportunity? Yellow Jackets have plenty back as Yegros was on a breakaway himself. This is Manswell. He'll leave it back. And the ball gets wide of Morris. Can they recover to get it? It is Gaspar that will come back to get it. Gaspar finds Calderon to the near side. Deanda comes up on him. Now Juarez to Calderon to the near side. There's the touch, got by McClanahan. They try to chip it in the box. Borjas there to get it. Now Borjas took away that pass, and Fox will sweep it away with the left foot. Headed by Juarez. Now Miftu will try to get it. Keeps going forward, gets it inside the box, bringing out a Roscoe, and Hidalgo was able to shield off the charging Derek McClanahan, and Dylan Fox is on the field and down. I think this is more of a cramp situation than anything else. Yellow Jackets have Chris Ponce ready to come in, and this is a natural time to take a water break, so we'll go ahead and do that. 28-20 remaining in the second half. Still scoreless with Graceland and Mid-American Nazarene on GUJackets.com. We restart. The Yellow Jackets are scoreless with Mid-American Nazarene. Mateo Galindo will dump it back to Holtzcog. Borjas is on the far side, and he'll find Ndedibai. Punches it forward. They want to try to punch it out to Chris Ponce. Now ball gets challenged. Ponce can't get to it, and Mid-American Nazarene will get the throw. Javier Beltran throws over the top. Yellow Jackets will go ahead and challenge Gaspar. Now Miftu to McClanahan. Here's Manswell. He's been able to get by a defender one time. He still has Carlos Hernandez. Ooh, here's Manswell. And that time the Yellow Jackets, Jaime Borjas was able to make an outstanding defensive play behind him. Here's a great touch by Deanda, and that ball, well, that spun in way longer than what I thought it was going to. Reynoso, Jean-Pierre on the near side. Now Chris Ponce goes in for it. He went a little high with that kick, and there's going to be a foul. That'll be called, a handball rather. It's going to be called against the Yellow Jackets. Mid-American Nazarene will get a set piece here, and that will be coming from Javier Beltran. And he'll have a chance to strike up with the left foot. And the kick is a bender, and the Yellow Jackets got the first. Here's a rebound shot, though, that's taken by McClanahan. That's going to go wide. Well, the Yellow Jackets were able to get a header, but then McClanahan had a pretty good look at a shot from straight on, but it goes wide. Mateo Galindo wanted to try to cross the field. That gets intercepted by Gaspar. He'll approach, sends it now to Calderon to the near side. Calderon checked by Mateo Galindo. Goes back a little higher now for Gaspar. And that one intended for Manswell, but the Yellow Jackets deny Manswell. Right side Calderon. Oh, Mateo Galindo had a chance to get a free ball there after Calderon had slipped. Mid-American Nazarene will get Nicholas Richmond back into the lineup. And Meef2 couldn't come up with a Yellow Jackets. Will get a charge going forward here, and this will be Indedibai. Chris Ponce, center of the field, releases now to Mateo Galindo. Has some space to operate. They run Ponce now toward the box. Mateo Galindo head up, goes wide now to Deanda. Deanda will make the cross in the box. That one got clipped by Rafa Yegros, and then they wanted to make an approach for Indedibai, and he never got there. Mid-American Nazarene got an easy clearance. Pioneers have it where, here's Yegros that made a charge for the ball, but it gets to the goalie's foot. Manuel Arias sends it high. Yellow Jackets will get the control after that. Here's a foul coming against Kevin Meef2. Yes, Meef2 draws contact with Ponce. Yellow Jackets will get Nicholas Monroy back into the lineup of the next chance. Here's Mateo Galindo. Wanted to try to get to Rafa Yegros, trying to keep it alive as Chris Ponce. Yellow Jackets still do keep it alive. That's Carlos Hernandez for Mateo Galindo. Now Hernandez, corner of the box, touches it now to Jean-Pierre. Back for Hernandez. Hit into the air and off the, in the air. The ball waved at by Guillermo Rodriguez, and that one goes wide. Beats into the game for the first time for the Yellow Jackets, along with Nicholas Monroy. Yellow Jackets got some energy when they put in some fresh legs late in the first period. Yellow Jackets and Indedibai, who went behind Ponce with a pass, intercepted by the Pioneers. 23:02 remaining in the second half. It's still scoreless. Chevalier to Derek McClanahan. With the left foot, sends it wide. Yellow Jackets get a ball possession. Yellow Jackets have Yegros. Front line trying to bring Monroy to the ball. I take it back. Yegros is out. It's Monroy is on the front line along with Beats to the Yellow Jackets, and the Yellow Jackets have Rodriguez now patrolling the right edge. Mid-American Nazarene has possession. 22-12 remaining in the second half. Still scoreless. Adam Morris working and going forward, but the Yellow Jackets get in front. Jaime Borjas able to keep it alive. Yellow Jackets trying to get a counter. Deanda leaves it ahead. Beats has it left edge with some space. Beats will go to the center of the field, and Deanda will wait for his teammate to get back on side. Now he'll take it toward the byline, turns, and has it knocked by Calderon off a deflection into the air. Who can win the ball? Galindo does, and then it gets cleared by Mid-American Nazarene. Play to Gaspar, checked by Holtzcog, and Gaspar will try to keep control. Near the sideline, chased by Beats, delivers it now to Calderon, now back for Nicholas Richmond. He'll go to the goal area where he gets chased by Monroy. It gets knocked but on the ground, taken by Beats there, goes back into the box. Look at this. That was going to be an offside. Yellow Jackets couldn't touch it with Monroy, but the Yellow Jackets, again, well, there's another kick that never did get elevated. I assume that was by design by Manuel Arias. Yellow Jackets will get another possession. Deanna and Beats working near side. Beats will try to run to the corner, but that ball was sent a little wide by Deanda. Into the match will be Vicente Lopez. Vicente Lopez will be coming in for Adam Morris. Yellow Jackets are scoreless with Mid-American Nazarene, and Lopez had the ball coming at him right away. Ponce really getting harassed by Gaspar, and he'll finally be called for a foul. The Yellow Jackets will get a free kick right about the midline, and Gaspar's got, I think he has to readjust his shoe. Mateo Galindo to the near edge. He's got Beats with him. He finds him with a pass. He'll cut now. A little closer to center. Switches feet. Comes back to Galindo left. Monroy gets on side, as does Deanda. And another touch play to the corner. Once again, the Yellow Jackets wanted to play two-man ball with Monroy and Galindo. And the Yellow Jackets come up empty. Goal kick coming for Mid-American Nazarene. Pioneers and Graceland are scoreless with a little under 20 remaining in the second half. Kick from Manuel Arias. Header. This is Manswell turning right. He's only been able to get behind a defender one time, being harassed by a couple here. He does find Derek McClanahan. Now it's played to Calderon to the near side. Calderon, as Lopez around him, gets it into the box, but Ponce will push that one away. And look at that. Beats was able to get the call. Get a little contact with Lopez. Yellow Jackets will dump it into Johnny Holtzcog in the backfield. The Yellow Jackets try to mount another charge. They go to Ndedibai on the far side. He's got some space to operate here. And Ndedibai will be moving forward with 18:38 remaining in the second half. Still scoreless, Graceland and Mid-American Nazarene. And that kick sails again, 3/4 the length of the field. Borjas got to it, and Guillermo Rodriguez got a touch. Now it's Manswell that'll have it for Mid-American Nazarene. Meath 2 for Manswell again. Manswell comes all the way to the near side. Jesse Calderon barely kept it alive. The Yellow Jackets get Beats to the ball. Some contact. Lopez trying to pick it up. He did. Vicente Lopez with a charge. Yellow Jackets deny. Mateo Galindo keeps it up the left sideline. The Yellow Jackets get a run. Monroy is going to try to run down Richmond. He does make a cross. Gets to the corner of the box. Leaves it now for Hernandez. And the Yellow Jackets called for offsides. Hernandez and Monroy trying to work the two-person game of the Yellow Jackets just called for offside. 17-18 remaining in the second. Scoreless with Graceland and Mid-American Nazarene. Deep goal kick. headed by Borjas. Ponce and Lopez, the closest to it. Mid-American Nazarene still with the ball. Deanda got a piece of that one. And the Yellow Jackets come up with the ball, but Rodriguez knocked off of the ball. It's dumped back to Beltran, and Javier Beltran plays her to the left edge. A little touch game that far side, one actually by the Yellow Jackets there. Yellow Jackets, Chris Ponce was in the middle of that, but Nicholas the Bear. Yellow Jackets run Monroy to the ball, but Richmond is going to get the ball played to him from Manuel Arias. And the ball sent on a big-time clearance out by Mid-American Nazarene. Yellow Jackets have possession with Mateo Galindo with 16:24 remaining here in the second. And Connor Wallace is going to be into the match for the Yellow Jackets. Once again, fresh legs front side for Graceland, and Mateo Galindo will put it in play. Does so to Nicholas Monroy. Monroy drives it back to Mateo Galindo. Abraham Deanda again has Galindo to his left. He'll touch it now to Beats, who sends it to the middle of the field. And Johnny Holtzcog. Holtzcog moving forward. A little chip. Can they stay on side? They do chip the ball left now to Mateo Galindo. Galindo has Hernandez that's in the box for now. He is working right, does spin around him. Doesn't have anybody to go to yet. Now Chris Ponce, he has some space. He'll let it fly far side. And Dedibai, pretty good settle on that far edge. Now he makes a cut left, lets it go with the left foot. That's going to be on goal, but also saved by Juan Manuel Arias. 15:25 now remaining in the second half. This is regulation because we're still tied. Iago Gaspar, center of the field, comes to Jesse Calderon for Mid-American Nazarene. Yellow Jackets bring good Mateo Galindo near him. Calderon plays it in front of the box. Manswell got a piece of the header on that. Beats will go ahead and win possession, though, to Ponce, and he'll go to Indedibai. Big kick. Monroy is down floor, but downfield, but Chevalier is able to win the ball. Yellow Jackets, Deanda's going forward here. Yellow Jackets trying to stay on side with Monroy. Ball, Hernandez let it go over the left foot. That one spins still in open territory. Deanda with a nice hustle play, but Calderon's able to get to it. Vincente Lopez, now the Yellow Jackets with Mateo Galindo. Get to the ball. Deanda trying to get back on side. He's also favoring a leg over there. This is Mateo Galindo, able to leak that one through. Hernandez got a piece of that one. Deanda is going to sprint for it, puts it higher to the air in front of the goal. That one taken down by Juan Manuel Arias. Do they try to get a counter? They do advance the ball to the midline, but Jaime Borjas is going to be there again. Gaspar will continue moving forward. Oh, he gets outside the box. Yellow Jackets go after a tackle. Now a second. Eventually, he hits the deck, and the Yellow Jackets are going to be credited with good defense there. Yellow Jackets made good effort for a couple tackles there, and looks like Gaspar still down. Long ball struck for Monroy. Gets inside of his defender. Monroy lets it go. That one got blocked by Manuel Arias, and a clearance by the Pioneers. 13:23 to go. The Yellow Jackets got behind. This is Manswell on the far side. He's going to be called for offside. The Yellow Jackets have it back. 13:15 is remaining in the second half. Dylan Fox is going to be out of the match for the Yellow Jackets. Sean Pung will also be in. Sean Pung will be coming in with Dylan Fox, it looks like. The Yellow Jackets are still scoreless. And Dedibai to Chris Ponce. Mid-American Nazarene got the possession back. Derek McClanahan has Calderon to the near edge. And Beats will come toward him. Beaten by Calderon. Now it's Iago Gaspar. Off the free kick given to Miftu. Miftu tried to go to the center of the field. Yellow Jackets deny that with Hernandez, but then he can't find Mateo Galindo, and the Yellow Jackets put in a new four. Fox, Pung, and also Jean-Pierre and Rafa Yegros all coming in. So the Yellow Jackets get front fresh legs with Fox as a winger. The midfielder is Pong. And also, Jean-Pierre is going to be at a forward. And then they also have, and essentially the striker position then, Rafa Yegros. 11:48 remaining in the second half. Yellow Jackets and Mid-American Nazarene are scoreless, and the Yellow Jackets are really putting pressure on. This is Gaspar, fouled by Jean-Pierre. Yellow Jackets will give up. That's that piece here. That will be struck by Javier Beltran. He'll hit it with the left foot. Daniel Orozco, dead center of the goal for now. Here's the kick. That one is going to be in. Well, I don't know if he mishit that or not. It did get headed in the box. Orozco is going to try to turn this into a counter. He's able to get a quick throw. He wanted to send that to Pung, I think, near side, but the Yellow Jackets will continue to keep it. Jean-Pierre, the near edge, will find Ponce center of the field. Chris Ponce, right side, has Ndedibai with him. And Ndedibai has some space, so they'll push it to him. Ponce will come toward the ball. Ndedibai far side, back for Ponce. Ponce continues going forward. He'll dump it a little further right. Yellow Jackets get across. That's for Yegros, but he wasn't able to cut to the ball. Deandra just is inside the box trying to make a successful cut. Did make the cross, and the Yellow Jackets had Yegros about even up with the near post, and he just did miss. Samson Kania is into the match. He was the defender that was on Deanda, and Rafa Yegros had a good-looking opportunity from Abraham Deanda. Wow. Mid-American Nazarene just, well, was able to live on. The Yellow Jackets put together a great opportunity. Here's a deep kick by Manuel Arias. Yellow Jackets, Jaime Borjas will backtrack to get it. Now it's Ndedibai on the far side. Moses Ndedibai continues going forward, still has some space to do so. He'll dump it now to Pung, and Pung had it taken away by Adam Morris. But Borjas able to get it right back for the Yellow Jackets. He continues to move forward, strikes the ball to Yegros. Yegros in the box, able to get a touch, and a slide tackle made. Did they get the clearance? They said that that is a corner for the Yellow Jackets. He did not get the clearance, and the Yellow Jackets will get a corner with 9:27 to go in the second. It's a scoreless match. Graceland and Mid-American Nazarene, Deanda and Jean-Pierre. Will be in the corner area, and Deandra will strike it, it would appear. It will be struck far side. Yellow Jackets got a header from Yegros, still in the box with Hernandez. Now Reynoso Jean-Pierre. He lets it go with the right foot. That one's going to go just over the crossbar and just misses. Now one from distance by Reynoso Jean-Pierre. The Yellow Jackets will try again. Getting some quality opportunities. Have not been able to stick any in yet, and we're still scoreless with 8:35 remaining in a second. Kick not as deep as what they have been for Manuel Arias. Yellow Jackets will have to defend here because Manswell will have it in the attacking third. Gets the ball into the box. That one almost got all the way through. Cleared by Fox. Here's a shot that got blocked. Lopez won't be able to put anything on that. Lopez will get it again there. Manswell will go far side. That's a dangerous they bear on the far side. And the Yellow Jackets, Chris Ponce hit him. This is going to be a really tight set piece. It'll be coming for Mid-American Nazarene. So the Yellow Jackets will have to defend the tightest set piece we've had so far. Colin McLaren's going to be coming into the game for the Yellow Jackets for the first time. So McLaren will be in. Mid-American Nazarene will make this strike that's no more than about 22, 23 away. Adam Morris, I think, will take it. Kick by Morris, gets into the box in front of the 6, and that one gets just wide. Richmond had the header on it, and Nicholas Richmond missed it wide. Colin McLaren will be into the match now, and McLaren will take the place of Chris Ponce. Ponds out, McLaren in. Yellow Jackets have 7:06 to go into regulation here. Still scoreless with Mid-American Nazarene. A Roscoe's kick. Deanda heads it forward near the line, but Yegros and Jean-Pierre can't get to it. Nicholas Richmond for Mid-American Nazarene. Throws over the top of Adam Morris. Vincente Lopez will get to it. Plays it all the way to the far side. Thaber will move it ahead. Thaber will try to go center of the field. Yellow Jackets reject that. They wanted to try to thread the needle. Jean-Pierre came up with it. He's got a release man, Yegros, to his left. He finds him. Yegros gets inside the box. Lets it go. Try to go back to Jean-Pierre. Deflects to Deanda. Opportunity still available. Deanda sends it all the way to the far side. Can the Yellow Jackets get a settle? They just try to kick from that far side, and Connor Wallace, and that one goes wide. 6:05 remaining in the second. It's a scoreless match with Graceland and Mid-American Nazarene. Goal kick for one, Manuel Arias. That one's got some depth on it, and a header by the Yellow Jackets. And the Yellow Jackets will get the ball to the corner. That's going to be run down, I think, by Wallace. Wallace is going to be able to get the cross, but it was well behind Yegros. Mid-American Nazarene will try to turn this into a counter, but they can't hit Manswell, and the Yellow Jackets get it right back. Near side, Dylan Fox. Fox with Jean-Pierre and Pong ahead, along with Yegros. He'll go ahead and dump it back to Johnny Holtzkog. Holtzkog drives it deep for Yegros. Yegros will try to run it down to the corner. He will get to it first, but it's near the byline. Tries to circle, kept it in play. Jean-Pierre overran the ball. It's intercepted by Kania. Samson Kania up the right sideline. He'll find Adam Morris, and he's on a dead sprint with the Yellow Jackets retreating. Morris being challenged by Deanda. Gets to the corner of the 18. All the way to the byline. The cross got blocked. Pretty well defensed for the Yellow Jackets by Holtzkog, although they'll give up a corner here. With 4:37 to go in a second, it's a scoreless match. So Adam Morris will make the kick. Into the match comes Jesse Calderon. He'll be in for Samson Kania. And Mid-American Nazarene will try to get some height around the goal area. Probably looking for Chevalier or Manswell. It's actually headed by Deanda. Jean-Pierre's able to get the turn. Can he get a step on his man? He does get away from one. Can he get away from a second? Leaves it ahead. The Yellow Jackets offside with Dylan Fox. And Mid-American Nazarene's going to get it back. 3:47 to go here in the second. And there's a cramp for Mid-American Nazarene. It is Iago Gaspar. Oh, he's got double cramps. He's got both of his legs that are stretched here. And that is another natural. Well, look at that. I guess we've got two Pioneers that are cramping. And I think that would call for a natural water break. Iago Casper has two calves that must be awfully tight, man. He is really wincing right now. I think the other one was Kevin Meeftu. But it's Iago Casper who they're working on right now. 3:42 to go in a second. Scoreless match. Graceland Mid-American Nazarene late here in the second. I think Meeftu's going to have to come out because it's taken this long. So Samson Kania will be coming in. So Kevin Miftu will be out at least for a little bit of this final 3:42. Graceland and Mid-American Nazarene scoreless. There have not needed to be any dramatic saves necessarily made by any of the goalkeepers, but there have been some good chances that have been created, really, by both teams. And the Yellow Jackets probably had the better of the ball possession. No, in the last 10 minutes or so of the first half, and I think certainly here early in the second. But in terms of quality chances now over the last 10 minutes, those have been fairly even. So 3:42 to go. And Nicholas Richmond will go ahead and put it in play. Does so now to Javier Beltran. Mid-American Nazarene shy of the midline for now, and the Yellow Jackets are retreating. Here's a kick far edge. Yellow Jackets go for a steal with Ndedibai. Jaime Borjas trying to win that ball. Borjas does go ahead and turn it around. Can he get the ball to Pong? Knocked out of the air by Lopez. Settled far side by Thibert. Thibert will go left, and it got mishandled on the far side. That was Kania, who had come in for Iago Casper. And Derek McClanahan will be coming in for the next chance for Mid-American Nazarene. Vicente Lopez has it for the Pioneers of the midline. Under 3 now to go in regulation. Once again played far side. They bear on that far side. Kania is going to try to get a turn on Ndedibai, and they got knocked out by, I believe, Ndedibai, and this is going to be a late corner opportunity for Mid-American Nazarene. So Yellow Jackets are going to have to deny with, once again, Jaden Manswell and Chevalier, who've got good length, and for that matter, Nicholson has good length too. Adam Morris will kick it, approaches the ball. Can the Yellow Jackets get a touch? Oh, it gets all the way through, and now on that backside, Orozco's able to hang in there. And before Chevalier could get to it, the Yellow Jackets are able to cover it up. Yellow Jackets really had to defend there. Lopez will turn it back. Handball called against Adam Morris. Yellow Jackets have under 2 to go. Hidalgo, or I should say Holtzclug, sends it far side. Can't be corralled, though, by Jean-Pierre. Minute 41 remaining in the second. Pioneers, Nicholas Richmond to Miftu. Miftu has Thaber far side to Miftu, and dump back now to Beltran. Yellow Jackets get that one knocked out of the air. Fox will go ahead and get the settle. Leaves it ahead for Jean-Pierre. Can he keep it alive? He did. Got swept off his feet. That's going to be a foul. He hits the deck hard. This is going to be a set piece for the Yellow Jackets. Minute 5 remaining in a second. Jean-Pierre gets up quickly. Deanda will put it in play. They're going to take Adam Morris off the ball with less than a minute remaining here in the second half. Deanda will strike it. Can the Yellow Jackets get something off a set piece? Deanda with the left foot approaches the ball. Lets it go in the box far side. Can the Yellow Jackets win the ball? They are going to be called for offside. Yellow Jackets called off. This will be a goal kick coming for Mid-American Nazarene. Juan Manuel Arias with 30 seconds left. We'll see if Mid-American Nazarene is going to be aggressive here or not. They're going to be able to get a big kick, you would think, out of their goalie, and he will, well, he'll send one past the midline. Manswell kept it alive. Now Kania. The Yellow Jackets, Holtzcog will turn this one around. Richmond brings it forward. Morris goes right side now. There's the pass that gets into the box. Borjas, here's another, here off a deflection of Borjas. Kania had a chance. The Yellow Jackets want a handball, or I should say Pioneers want a handball in the box. And are they going to have a conference or not? First, they're going to say no. We will have another extra period. So we'll go to overtime. Yellow Jackets for the second straight match. We'll have an overtime. This one is the league opener for Graceland and Mid-American Nazarene. So we'll have another extra period and be back with that coming up for you shortly on GUJackets.com. Oh. Yellow Jackets will have Rafa Yegros, Renalso Jean-Pierre, and Connor Wallet. No, Nicholas Monroy will be the front line. Shang Peng and Connor McLaren, Abraham Deanda will be the midfielders, and Dylan Fox and Moses Indetabai will be the wings, and the two fullbacks, center backs will be Johnny Holtzcog and Jaime Borjas. In goal, Daniel Orozco, and Mid-American Nazarene will have it. Mid-American Nazarene punches it through, and they did get Samson Kania in some open space momentarily. Yellow Jackets did cover that up. And now Miftu will go over the back of Pung, and the Yellow Jackets get a quick restart. Monroy will try to run over, or will try to run down the ball, delivered by Deanda. Monroy will try to circle against Beltran, and he got a little too fancy with it. He wasn't able to turn him around. Well, he turned him around, but he also lost possession of the ball. Mid-American Nazarene has it. Javier Beltran throws. McLaren can't get it. It is taken by Ndedibai. Gets it into the air. Takes a bounce. Pung kept it alive. Rafa Yegros, he bodied it one time, sends it to the outside in Ndedibai. He keeps it along the right edge. Stolen there by Mid-American Nazarene, and Kania and Holtzkog racing for the ball, and Holtzkog's able to get the clearance. Pioneers will have possession, and Nicholas Thaber will find Beltran to Thaber, far side or near side. Yellow Jackets got Connor McLaren in the middle of that. He gets fouled from behind by Thaber. Yellow Jackets will get the ball with a free kick that'll be played around the midline, just inside the right boundary. Jaime Borjas will drive it all the way into the box, goes all the way to the goalie, where it gets caught by Juan Manuel Arias. Juan Manuel Arias drives the ball. This time he's going to the north goal, so he can really drill it. And Ndedibai will get it there. Handball called against Adam Morris. Yellow Jackets wanted to have a quick restart. Abraham Deando finds Jaime Borjas. He's going to be challenged by Kania. Kania is able to come up with the ball. The Yellow Jackets get Ndedibai back to it. A touch for Borjas. Back for Ndedibai. And Kania, look at his speed. He's able to make a nice slide tackle, and then he ends up underneath Moses Ndedibai. Yellow Jackets will get the free kick off the foul from Samson Kania. You can see an example of his speed. 7.5 minutes remaining. Yellow Jackets 3-1-1 of the year. Yellow Jackets Sean Pong won't be able to get into position to try to get a piece of that. Colin McLaren gets a header. Now Jean-Pierre touches it back to Dylan Fox. Fox will find Abraham Deanda. Boy, a lot of space near side for Ndedibai. The Yellow Jackets will eventually work it around and send it to Ndedibai, the near side. Moses Ndedibai with McLaren on this side, along with Nicholas Monroy. He'll cut to the center of the field. He is able to get a step on his man. Now Yegros turns, gets squared up with a goal, leaves it wide right now to Monroy. He will go ahead and send the cross near the byline. That one gets touched through all the way. Reynaldo Jean-Pierre. He will give it back to Abraham Deanda. Chips one toward the box. There. Yegros couldn't get it. Chevalier got to it. Manswell will take it. Now Ping gets it right side. This is Monroy. Nicholas Monroy with a cross. Nobody there. And trying to get to it, Jean-Pierre. He will touch it out. It'll be a goal kick for Mid-American Nazarene as the Yellow Jackets continue to put a little bit more pressure on the Pioneers' defense. 6:20 remaining in the overtime period. It's a scoreless match. Mid-American Nazarene will get Derek McClanahan back into the match. Senior out of Overland Park. He'll take the place of Vicente Lopez. Javier Manuel Arias drives another long kick. Holtzkog sets up on it. Got the header into the air. Monroy looking for space. He tries to settle. Does have the release man in Ndedibai. Ndedibai with McLaren with him along with Lopez. He'll go back to Holtzkog. Holtzkog will send it to Dylan Fox on the far side of the field. Fox is working over there with Jean-Pierre. He'll leave it ahead for Pung. Now Rafa Yegros. That one cleared out, but Deanda gets to it. Keeps it alive, and Holtzkog and Deanda will both go get it. Or can go get it, and Deanda will get to it first. Deanda for Jean-Pierre. Turns, continues his charge. Now inside the box. Jean-Pierre tried to make a cut. And that time, Mid-American Nazarene was able to get it away and got the clearance. Yellow Jackets will get a throw from Dylan Fox. Comes in to Reynaldo Jean-Pierre. He'll chip the ball to Fox again. He is onside, moves a little bit closer. Fox got the left-footed cross. Over now. Ooh, a wraparound attempt was made by Nicholas Monroy, but that one sent wide. 4:38 remaining in the second. Well, in the first overtime, I guess I should say. Scoreless match, Graceland and Mid-American Nazarene. Juan Manuel Arias with another kick. directed toward Manswell. It did get headed back. Holtzcog directs it back to the midline, but by Pung, and taken by Derek McClanahan. Beltran has it for Mid-America Nazarene. So a chance for the Pioneers at 4 to go. He'll chip one toward the corner, trying to release Bear, trying to knock him off the ball. Monroy, and did usher him out. Enough for a goal kick. Yellow Jackets flirted with a foul there, but the Yellow Jackets get a goal kick out of it, and Daniel Orozco. 3:50 remaining in the overtime period. The Yellow Jackets scoreless with Mid-America Nazarene. We'll play a second overtime period if we don't get anything decided here the next 3:39. Another drive, and that one taken by Kania. Manswell's able to get going forward. Then McClanahan will try to make a tackle from behind. He'll be called for a foul. This will be a tight set piece for Mid-America Nazarene. Pioneers will get a chance here from about, they're going to get one from about 30 away with 3:10 remaining in the third, or in the overtime period. Meef2 will kick. Now it will be Nicholas Richmond who will kick it. Meef2 will be toward his right. They still have Chevalier forward. Manswell is forward. They're the two tallest. And the Yellow Jackets are going to have to defend here. Here's the kick by Richmond. Tries to drive one. Orozco's able to cover it up. So they went right at Orozco. And Orozco makes, well, the most difficult save he's had so far. There haven't been too many. Long kick. Takes a bounce. Who can win it? Monroy trying to work off Bear. Monroy, pretty good cross to Yegros, kept it alive. Yegros touches back to McLaren. McLaren to Abraham Deanda. Drives one. That one's going to go just over the crossbar, maybe a little wide. Yellow Jackets tried one from distance with Abraham Deanda. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the overtime period, the first overtime period. And another ball struck, headed by Deanda. Now Meef2. One, though, by Monroy. Yellow Jackets going forward. Monroy with a half step on McClanahan. Jean-Pierre far side. Works against Richmond. Gets inside the box. Lets it go with the left foot. That's going wide left of the goal. And it looks like Iago Gaspar will be back in for Mania. Gaspar, Manswell, Adam Morris on the front line. Another deep kick by Manuel Arias. Header by Boris, though, gets it to Monroy. Yellow Jackets with a minute to go. Gets knocked into the air. Yegros trying to fend off Chevalier. Did enough to get the ball directed wide to Jean-Pierre. Also Jean-Pierre gets the cross. Nobody is there. It's an easy save for Manuel Arias with 45 seconds remaining in the overtime. Still scoreless. Graceland and Mid-America Nazarene season opening conference game for both, or I guess a conference opening game for, or match for both teams. That ball directed back into the box. Defended by Daniel Orozco with 25 seconds remaining in the overtime. The Yellow Jackets have something still in for the final 20 seconds. Do they have 20-second magic? No, there's a handball. A handball with 14 to go. Yellow Jackets have to get a quick touch here, and they will go ahead and retouch the ball. 6 seconds remaining. The Yellow Jackets kick it wide. Here's Pung, who lets it go, try to go through the cross. And also Jean-Pierre can't get the cycle kick directed. And we go to a second overtime period. So we have another 10 minutes to try to determine this thing. Oh, no. And the Yellow Jackets have another second. The Yellow Jackets have a second 10-minute session coming up. We'll have that coming up for you shortly here on GU Jackets.
This was the first year that a Colombian won the tour.
Drug. Awesome.
Guys, man.
Here we go. It is the second overtime. Yellow Jackets won their park match in the first overtime. Nicholas Monroy will put it in play. Dumps it into Chris Ponce, who's back in. He'll drive it long. They try to drive the ball to Jean-Pierre. He won't be able to run it down to the corner. Boy, there's plenty of contact between Nicholas Redmond and Reynaldo Jean-Pierre. And the goal kick will be coming for Mid-American Nazarene. Juan Manuel Arias will strike it. 9:37 to go. Now in this second overtime. Of course, the golden goal will end it if we do have one. And both teams have had some chances. Yellow Jackets have had to stick out a tight set piece in the first overtime. This is Jesse Calderon. Yellow Jackets got it. We're able to take it away. Reynaldo Jean-Pierre sends the ball to Mateo Galindo. Here comes Rafael Yegros. Yegros is battling Chevalier for it. Chevalier got to the ball first and directed it out. He's down. Yellow Jackets tried a quick throw with Mateo Galindo, and that one's going to be whistled dead. Dylan Fox will throw it in for the Yellow Jackets with Chevalier picking himself back up. Yellow Jackets send it into Yegros. He's got some space in the box. Boy, he went high on that cross, and that one went well long of Monroy, who was on the other side. Pioneers will put it in play from Javier Beltran to Kevin Miftu. Now it's Chevalier, drives it long here to the corner, but nobody there. Orozco will come out and get it for the Yellow Jackets. Manswell will be hanging around. This is Dylan Fox. That was a heavy touch, so he has to use Holtzkog to go get it. Holtzkog drives it toward Yegros again. Yegros did fend off Chevalier, but it's going to be, well, they called a foul on Chevalier. Yellow Jackets get a set piece here with 2 minutes gone by. And a quick, they get the ball to Jean-Pierre. Flips the ball with the right foot. And that one knocked away by Mid-American Nazarene. Ndedibai gets to it. Now the end back for Moses Ndedibai. Plays it far side. Yellow Jackets trying to make an approach. This is Wallace from the far side. Sends it toward the center. Deanda. Now Mateo Galindo. Galindo fakes a shot. Sends it now to Jean-Pierre. Jean-Pierre got the cross away, but it goes in behind Mateo Galindo. Deflects back out to the midline where Dylan Fox will go get it. Yellow Jackets with 7:20 now remaining in the second overtime. Deanda to, well, deal with Adam Morris. Deanda all the way near the byline. Got the cross away. That one gets knocked out of the air. Who wins the ball? Mateo Galindo heads it over now to Dylan Fox. Fox sneaks through, gets inside the box. Dylan Fox leaves the ball to Jean-Pierre. Touches now to Chris Ponce. Ponce gets over to the right foot. Blasts one, and that one goes by the post near side. Ponce wanted to get over to that right foot and did, but he goes wide with 6:44 remaining in the second overtime. Still scoreless with Mid-American Nazarene and Graceland. Juan Manuel Arias. Deep ball goes through. Manswell got a piece of it. Deanda will get to it. Spins it around. Jean-Pierre kept it alive. Can Yegros keep it alive? He cannot. Mid-American Nazarene gets the possession. Nicholas Richmond will deliver it in. He's got Miftu behind him. He's going to throw it forward, though, and try to get it to Manswell. Yellow Jackets get 2 touches on it, and will get possession as Holtzkog will drive it toward Yegros. It's knocked to the center line, and Ponce, who will win this. Deandra is going to be called for a foul because he went at Calderon and gets called for a penalty. 5:46 remaining here in the fourth, or in the second overtime. Miftu, no, I guess it's going to be Richmond who will put it in play. Calderon made one of the more miraculous recoveries. And it looks like the goalie's going to take this kick, Juan Manuel Arias. He's got a deep drive, got a deep kick with him, but that one's going to go beyond the goal line. Yellow Jackets get a goal kick themselves with Daniel Orozco. This will be into the matchup now for Nicholas Monroy. So it's Bitz, Yegros, and Jean-Pierre. That'll be the front line. Mid-American Nazarene, though, they've got some space with Gaspar on the far side. They will play it right side to Calderon. Jesse Calderon plays it in front of the 18. Yellow Jackets get to it. Yellow Jackets send it long. Rafa Yegros and Chevalier will run for the ball. Who gets to it? It was Chevalier that got to it first, but could only direct it out. 4:25 remaining in the second overtime, so we'll see if both teams are going to take some chances here, because we're in a scoreless match now, and Yellow Jackets will play it in with Moses and Dedibai for Chris Ponce. Ponce moving forward with the right foot. Stops, now changes. He will leave it to Bitz and Dedibai. And Dedibai is going to go ahead and get the cross. That is Jean-Pierre that had it headed away. Yellow Jackets, though, keep possession. Ponce, can he get around to the right foot? Won't have a chance to get a shot away, so he leaves the ball to Dylan Fox. Yellow Jackets are kind of sucked in right now, but Mid-American Nazarene has almost everybody in trying to defend. It's sent left for Jean-Pierre. 3:33 to go into second overtime. Jean-Pierre, heel touch, didn't get what he wanted out of that, but Fox still able to get to it. Releases it out for Mateo Galindo. He has to backtrack to get it. Manswell will come out toward him. Now it's Dylan Fox the other side. Dylan Fox, corner now, the 18, touches for Ponce, and Ponce didn't release for the ball. Gets played to the near sideline, and Dylan Fox, nice move to get by Mansfield. Here's Abraham Deandra the other way. He'll reverse it to the right side. Taken now by Ndedibai there with some space to get across if he chooses. He'll try it. Sent now to Yegros. Got around with a right foot, but not quite the left. Ndedibai on the far side. He will pick it up and throw it in. Now 2:49 to go into second overtime. Deanda being chased by McClanahan. The Yellow Jackets give up possession. 2:40 now remaining. And it looks like Samson Kania will be in. Kania will be into the match for Hiago Gaspar. And remember, Kania has a speed that you got to respect with 2:24 remaining in the second overtime. Here's a throw, takes a bounce. Who wins the ball? Ponce goes up to get it. Yellow Jackets will run it down to the far side. Yellow Jackets send the ball to Rafa Yegros. He will leave it ahead now, far side. Yellow Jackets will run that one down. Can they get the cross? They can with the left foot. That one got deflected, and it's played to the center of the field where Dylan Fox will come get it. 2 minutes remaining in the fourth period. Touched again to Jean-Pierre near edge. Jean-Pierre into the middle of the, well, it goes to the corner of the 18, and Mateo Galindo. It's going to be a corner for the Yellow Jackets. Down to minute 45 remaining in the second overtime. Abraham Deanda will strike it for the Yellow Jackets. Deanda does have an assist. He got one, I think, against William Woods off a corner. Sends one far side. Ponce had a chance to get it, but I think it got hit first by Richmond. Here's another chance. That is taken away by the goalie, Juan Manuel Arias. Yellow Jackets had Johnny Holtzcog hanging around. Minute 15 remaining in the fourth period, or in the second overtime. It's a scoreless match as they take Holtzcog away from Juan Manuel Arias. Kick by Manuel Arias, a high, deep one. And who wins the header? Well, there's going to be a chance for Calderon. Calderon got the ball to Mansfield. Here's a shot that goes high. And the Yellow Jackets caught a huge break with Manswell getting the ball on the left foot, spinning around. Now, he doesn't have any time to the Yellow Jackets still have to keep going, or they still have to keep playing with 40 seconds left. Here's Manuel Arias. Hits it with the left foot. Ponce will go down and get it. Can the Yellow Jackets work 30-second magic? They have to do it now. Yellow Jackets drive it to the right side. Now it's Chris Potts. He'll touch back. Yellow Jackets continue going forward. Yellow Jackets can't get a shot away there. Mid-American Nazarene will clear the ball to the midline. Manswell, Borjas was able to pick it away. Dylan Fox, 13 to go. Fox tries to drive one. That one gets deflected all the way to the near edge. 7 seconds remaining, and with 4 seconds left, we are going to end in double overtime tie. Yellow Jackets start the league season with a tie. Pretty good play, but no scoring. Yellow Jackets go to 3-1-2 on the season. Mid-American Nazarene to 2-4-1 as we open with a tie in the opener for league play. Graceland and Mid-American Nazarene played a scoreless tie. You've been watching Graceland men's soccer at GUJackets.com.